Okay, so here is the kind of quick and dirty lecture that I didn't have time for in class. So these are things that you're going to need to be able to do on positive physics. How many particles is 0.6 moles? And so these are all unit conversions. As I said, I use train track. The dividing line means everything below the divided line, when you plug it into your calculator, you put in divide. So we've got 0.6 moles, and we know that a mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. When I am doing this, I always write down my units because it helps me know if I'm doing the calculation correctly. Here we have moles divided by moles, so that equals 1. And so I'm just going to multiply 0.6 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and that gives me 3.6 times 10 to the 23rd particles. When you are plugging this into positive physics, you may not write it for me this way, but this is how you would type it in, 3.6 E23. For me, this is what you have to write out because that is the proper notation. How many moles is 6.4 times 10 to the 24th particles? So again, we're going to do a train track, 6.2. 6.4 times 10 to the 24th particles. Again, I write out my labels so that I know I don't make a mistake. I know a mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. I'm going to do a unit check. Again, I've got particles. It's below the line, divided by particles, and I do that on my calculator. That gives me 10.6 moles. I highly recommend doing my calculation on your calculator to make sure that you can use your calculator correctly. All right, what is the mass of one carbon atom? So I know that a carbon atom is 12.011 grams per mole. So this is per mole. I want to get to particles, so I know that a mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. So moles will cancel, and I'll have grams per particle, but I need to convert to kilograms. And so I know that there are 1,000 grams per kilogram. Some of you may be wondering, why am I dividing by 1,000 instead of multiplying? Again, if you do unit analysis, that will help you. Grams on top, grams on the bottom, that cancels out. I know I've done it the right way because I've got grams divided by grams. So that's how I know whether to multiply or divide, is I write things out. Right, I haven't done this one yet, so it'll take me, so 12.01 divided by 6.02, second EE23, and then divided by 1,000. Really critical that you're dividing by 1,000 because it's below the line. If you multiply, it will be multiplying by 1,000. And this is, I'm going to round it, 2.0 times 10 to the minus 26 kilograms per particle, or the units that are left over. If you don't want to round, the number that I actually got was 1.9952, would probably be the proper way. And again, if you were going to plug that into positive physics, I don't know if he would want you to round, but you would do E minus 26. So, all right, what is the room temperature in Kelvin? So there's Kelvin are degrees C plus 273.15. Room temperature is about 25 degrees C. Plus 273.15, this is Kelvin. So this is degrees C. Yeah, I don't know how to write out the conversion. And so this is going to give us 298.15 Kelvin. So that is your answer.